It's no secret that I love Section 8, and today let's go over the top 10 reasons why you should partner with me on your next Section 8 investment property. Of course, if you stay to the very end, I have a couple of bonus reasons, but let's get right into it. Reason number one, I am from Cleveland. Not only am I from Cleveland, I'm an investor in Cleveland. Even my great grandparents were real estate investors in Cleveland. So there's just certain connections to the culture, to the community that I have being a fourth generation investor that other people couldn't even dream of having. It's not what you know, it's who you know, although I feel like I know quite a bit. So that's reason number one. Okay, reason number two, I attended high school in CMHA. That is the local public housing authority, which governs Section 8 in our local area. That means that now that all of my friends and I are grown up, a lot of them still work in the CMHA Public Housing Authority department. So not only do I have my family connections in real estate, but I also have lots of friends who are now the government officials or the directors or even just the coordinators for the Public Housing Authority. So again, relationships, relationships, relationships. So again, not only have I worked with CMHA, I have also attended school in CMHA. You can look that up. And let's get into reason number three. I actually own my own Section 8 properties in that area. Okay, this is why the company asked me to be the regional director for the area where I'm the regional director. I'm trying to be careful not to say my area because I feel like every time I say it, my area gets more and more saturated. But when you meet with me, I'll tell you, you probably already saw it in my old videos. But anyway, that is specifically why I was chosen. I already own Section 8 properties in that area. I have for many, many years. And then in addition to myself, so does my mentor. So that's all I've ever done. My very first buy and hold properties were Section 8 rentals. So of course I have the logistics, the processes in place to support having Section 8 rentals from start to finish. That's from prospecting, finding the houses, getting the inspections, getting the certifications, having the contractors come in, finding the tenants, having the best property management company, financing. All of that has been in place for many years. I do everything the same way every single time. So that's reason number three. Reason number four, I have a different perspective on Section 8. What a lot of people don't know is that my father was a veteran. And at one point, he was a homeless vet, and he was able to get on the Section 8 program. Now, here where I live in Houston, Texas, although I invest obviously out of state, we have a huge homeless population, and a lot of them are vets. And I strongly support what the Section 8 program is doing. Nobody should go and fight for our country and sacrifice their lives, not only their lives, but the lives of their families back home who are also really serving with them, and you come back and you're sleeping in a tent or you're sleeping in a sleeping bag in the middle of the street. Absolutely not. So watching my dad go through that process of being homeless and seeing the confidence that came back to him once he was able to have his own home by using Section 8 vouchers was a game changer for me. So I see it differently. Some people have their biases. Oh, it's all these single moms or whatever. It's not. They are helping disabled people, people with mental illnesses, the elderly, so many people. So my perspective is different. So I really do truly have a heart for it. And obviously it is a very profitable niche. Okay, number five. So I show this picture all the time. If you've ever met with me, you've probably seen it, but there are pictures of me with the city mayors and the city legislators. Again, when you're a fourth generation real estate investor and, my great grandparents owned hotels and, retail storefronts back when it was unheard of for Black people to do that. So you can imagine the relationships that they had to have that has been passed down. Those relationships are passed down. So yes, you'll see me in pictures with local legislators, the who's who, the movers and shakers of the city, because that's just, we grew up together. So obviously I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but I have certain benefits, if that makes sense with those relationships. Reason number six, I believe this really made the decision for everyone to want me to become the regional director for our investing in Section 8 in this area, because I was a school principal at a low-income school and a teacher for over a decade. And then I also serve on the board of directors for the YMCA. If you're not familiar with the YMCA, really look into it. It's an excellent organization. It's actually one of the largest ones in the world, nonprofit. So I say that to say, I am very used to and very well versed and educated in working with low income families, but not just families, working with the governmental entities that govern these programs in education and nonprofits, and obviously now in real estate and community. So I think it's very rare to find someone like me who's had experience hand to hand with families, going through it and also can sit in the executive meetings and be a decision maker. So yeah, I like that part. Also, number 7, okay, budget. You have to remember, coming from working in a very large school district and coming from working with one of the largest, I think it might be the largest nonprofit organization in the world, I'm used to centimillion-dollar budgets. So having a fund of $100 million doesn't scare me at all. I've been doing it since my early 20s. So I think it makes people feel comfortable that I'm fiscally responsible, that I know how to take budgets and really make them work. So when investors are, giving us their money, and they can trust that your couple $100,000, I got it. Okay, I'm used to $100 million budgets. I got it. I got it. So anyway, that experience I think really separates me a lot. All right, where are we? Number 8. Let's be honest. The demographic in the area where we work, especially with Section 8 and low income tenants, they respond better to people who look like me. It is what it is. And that is not something that I'm going off of, I feel or I think. We actually do the numbers and we do the surveys. So there's just certain rooms that I can go into, certain conversations that I can have, that I know how to have in a way that really resonates with the people that we're working with, be it the families or the governmental entities, even the local housing authorities. Most of them, look like me. We share a common culture, a common community. And we always joke around because we have, Bradley, who does the Beverly Hills or whatever part of our company. And we joke like Bradley could never come to the area where we invest in Section 8 properties and walk down the street and build the relationships that I have and sit in the local government meetings and all of that thing and all of that. He would stick out like a sore thumb. But alternatively, it's a reason why I'm not the regional director of Beverly Hills, right? I can't fit into the boys club. I'm not going to be invited to the golf course where they're closing most of their deals. And he's not going to be invited to the mayor's kitchen table to eat in our local area. It just is what it is. Okay. So